you have had a moment of fun. Playing Dragon's Dogma, the original game, I think you'd be happy to know that the sequel over here is more of the same, very similar to the original with better graphics, bigger, and a lot more content. This might have been also the longest wait, but we finally got another look at the most anticipated Dragon's Dogma 2. The game is now coming to PCs, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X only, following an almost 12-year development and to out sometime next year.
Yourself and your party using your shield. As we keep going, we can see some harpies in the distance. As an archer, you'll be better suited to take down enemies above you. Let's see what they can do. The archer is a vocation that uses a bow and arrow to attack enemies from a distance. Make full use of your arsenal, including exploding or blinding arrows. You can also aim at your enemies like a third-person shooter.
Am I the same as these monsters? Am I even human?
Okay, we're looking for Sephiroth. Think you can find him?
Oh, Sephiroth, you say?
As technically the biggest PlayStation 5 exclusive almost ever, we've got over here number 2, Final Fantasy VII Remake's second entry in its trilogy going by Rebirth, following up on the ending of the Final Fantasy VII Remake, and you probably know this already, taking place in an alternative timeline where the story is a tad different. Here's a new trailer. Square Enix actually revealed just now the game is coming to PCs and the PlayStation 5 on February 29 next year.
Trust in me.
Sephiroth!
Come on!
On me.
Look!
Number 3, we have the second longest awaited MMORPG from the Korean developers in Pixel that's been teasing Chrono Odyssey since 3 years ago, and the word that it's finally releasing for PCs and the next generation of consoles a tad later with minimalized graphics on mobiles as well early next year. If you missed out on Chrono Odyssey, this is a MMORPG where the players have to bend time in order to fight and survive, so basically there's a lot of time manipulation and a lot of boss fights.
I know you're here.
Antea is highly skilled, in control, and self-assured. She has demonstrated her worth,
Peace on your soul.
while Red carries guilt and self-doubt, and serves as both her devoted partner and apprentice.
Next up, we have Banishers Ghosts of New Eden. This is a narrative-driven action-adventure from Dogma itself, and what seems to be taking inspiration from Assassin's Creed Valhalla and Sony's recent God of War Ragnarok. Banishers was actually announced earlier this year with a vague window. The game just went on and got itself a delay, and instead of November, it's going to be coming out February 13 next year. Company the good was, we also got a new trailer. Take a look.
Despair. Unable to move on to the next plane of existence, she returns to Red as the thing she despises most, a ghost. Torn between their vows to protect the living from malicious spirits and the nightmare of Antea's condition, they wander the eerie wilderness of North America, seeking to liberate her from her new plight, whatever the price to pay.
If you're a fan of the Mass Effect games, you should find this interesting, I think. BioWare just came out with the word that the sequel is now finally hitting all consoles, even though we've seen almost nothing of it since reveal, but still coming out, if not late 2024, the next year. Mass Effect 5 will be using the metahumans feature in the Unreal Engine 5, and the only other thing we know is that it's going to be retaining the narrative pace of the game, and it's going to be a lot bigger in scale as well.
Is anyone receiving this? We've lost contact. Do not be reading all across space.
Since its initial reveal of a cinematic that we've had seen previously, this August we finally received some gameplay on Avowed. That is Obsidian Entertainment's new open-world Skyrim-inspired RPG that is almost a mix of both Bethesda's work and The Outer Worlds. I mean, here's how it looks if you missed out on its gameplay trailer. Avowed is now coming to PCs and Xbox consoles only as Microsoft exclusive early to mid next year.
You want us to trust you. But the truth is, you scare us. The way you fight. The power you wield. The secrets you keep. You're either here to save us or destroy us. So now that you have all this power, what are you gonna do with it?
あなたはこの世界に来て7日間ずっと眠っていたの。ここはクワッドラトゥム。
In case you missed out on Kingdom Hearts anniversary a little while ago, the 30th anniversary actually, we came across a new trailer on Kingdom Hearts 4. I mean, it's been a year and a half since Square Enix and Disney announced the game, and last month we heard it's still in its early development. Anyway, we got a good portion of it, some in-game footage. The new entry has totally new gameplay mechanics taking place after the events of the third game, and Sora can now use his key as a grappling hook.
Heroes. Well, we've all seen them, haven't we? Swanning about the place with their disproportionately high cheekbones and comically massive weapons.
Wanker.
Fable, the sequel, after a couple years since its initial cinematic trailer, which was rather disappointing too, was, in case you missed out on, teased again with another trailer, a cinematic once again, with a protagonist that was actually hated so much. Fable has been downrated a lot ever since. Anyway, we just heard the new game is actually set in Albion's world, which is even more confusing. But hopefully, all that passes as the game is now gonna be coming out as a Microsoft exclusive to PCs and Xbox Series X only sometime next year.
A vegetable, not a euphemism. Let's face it, the age of heroes is over. This is the age of innovation. This, if you will, is the age of death. This is awkward.
Yeah.
Oh,
Paralabes went on and re-revealed Crimson Desert with a rather lengthy new gameplay trailer. This is an update on its release and said the game is going to be coming out to consoles not later this year, but actually late 2024. Yes, previously we thought it's going to be coming out by the end of the year around holidays, but it's official now, it's going to be coming out late next year. If you've been waiting on CD Crimson Desert, this game is an MMORPG hack and slasher coming from the same developers of Black Desert Online.
You know better than anyone else. That no one.
At number 10, from the PlayStation Showcase earlier in the year, this game's trailer was viewed over 10 million times since then, was a beast of a reveal trailer. Just a quick mention over here that we have Phantom Blade Zero. This is one of the top 5 most insane looking RPG hack and slashers that we've come across since Black Myth, with Souls-like combats, really serious looking, manly, samurai sick character, and that it's gonna be a PC to PlayStation 5 exclusive as well, coming out sometime next year.
Dead person in the secret.
Going where? This damned place! You're suicidal!
One last toast, and we're all done.
Moving on, we've got amongst the few games I've mentioned that's stuck with me ever since with a new trailer over here finally, we have a game called Where Winds Meets. This is a action, I'm assuming you can guess, RPG open world inspired by the Chinese fictional world Wuxia or Wuha, which was shown quite a bit in the movie Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, I think, and sits actually after the fall of the Tang Dynasty. That's a grim one. Not a lot of folks actually know anything about so far in a video game. Anyway, here's a trailer. The game is a PC exclusive as well.
Stronger. We need to destroy the Dark Hour itself.
Let's head into Tartarus and try out our new equipment.
Yeah. Nothing beats getting actual combat experience.
That's it. Even Atlas went on and came up with another trailer on Persona 3 Reload, which is their highly anticipated turn-based JRPG. Said the game is releasing February 2nd next year for PCs and both generation of consoles except Switch. Here's a trailer. We know it'll feature the same characters as Persona 3, includes a director's cut version of the game, a new playable epilogue, better visuals, and new voiceovers as well.
Right?
When that happens, I just go do something fun and forget about it.
It sounds interesting. Don't tell me you've forgotten your promise.
Go on.
Destroyed the entire world?
Nothing's gonna end. Not if we have anything to say about it.
Your reason for fighting. Huh.
Man, I was so damn scared.
You're only scared because you're choosing not to run away. I want a purpose, and to have others I care about. That's why I came all this way.
Even if you do forget about us, I'll remind you.
Let's make sure this chapter of our lives ends on a happy note.
This came out of technically nowhere, but it is perhaps the best looking game Capcom has released on its own in this genre since Onimusha, or out of this entire genre for over a decade. We've got something here called Kunitsu-Gami, or Path of the Godless. What is, as you can see, like all Onimusha games mixed with better graphics, more vibrant, and even crazier, a lot crazier in action. Like somewhere it's an Ashora's Wrath and then mixed with Onimusha, but made with the Unreal Engine 5 too. This game is coming to PCs and the next generation of consoles only. We hear next year. Number 14, we have the sequel to GreedFall, now going by GreedFall II, Dying World. It's a long-awaited open-world BioWare-style RPG. Apparently the story seems to be starting at 3 years before the events of the first game now, and you play as a native in the old world, ravaged by war, plague, and some political scheme too. Here's a trailer. The new game is coming out on all consoles mid to late next year. At Gamescom's opening night live earlier in the year, I actually forgot how long it's been since announcement. Cygames went on and revealed a release date of February 1st, 2024 on Granblue Fantasy Relink. This was an action RPG Granblue game these developers were making for what felt like an eternity. It is quite a bit in the same style of the Final Fantasy 16 as an open world RPG, JRPG, PlayStation exclusive. The game is actually now coming out on PCs as well. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 recently received a release window of late 2024, possibly releasing same time now, only next year. And yes, the game was supposedly releasing about 3 years ago and already in development over 4 years. We've only seen a glimpse of gameplay, from which we know it's a first-person stealth action RPG, semi-open world, finally coming out of PCs next generation of consoles after years of development hell. Take a look. By NetEase, once again, at number 17 we have another open world RPG, rather Marvel's Spider-Man style looking game here, something called Project Mugen. I mean, you're gonna see what I mentioned in a second. Project Mugen is actually the current working title, probably changing, supposedly coming to PCs and the PlayStation consoles as well, only with crossplay support. This is easily an S-tier multiplayer game too, not just judging by the looks of it, but the amount of budget that it's been giving. The game will eventually have a campaign and multiplayer mostly, and this is how it looks.
私、最後までデュラでいられるのかしら。願いが叶いやすいように、私が空に流れ星を流してあげる。でも、ジャイアントと隕石がこの街を滅ぼすって言われてんだぞ。
まだわからないのか？真の悪役はお前たちだ。この街を破壊したのはお前たちだろう。さあ、終焉を楽しもうじゃないか。
So, Dreamlit, on the other hand, by the way, new developer in town, revealed another trailer for Towers of Aghasba, which we mentioned earlier, last month. This is in case you missed out on an open world building game, and that it is now coming to the PlayStation 5 and PCs only early next year. You can probably tell the game is an island management sim where you explore this huge world, learn about the ecosystem, gather stuff, the materials, and then hunt, so you can eventually actually build a civilization. Number 19, from a year ago since reveal, we have here once again Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn. This is an open world action RPG with a mix of melee and Flintlock based weapons, hence the title. This game was originally planned for a late 2022 release and now coming out in about a few months, we hear, into PCs, both generation of consoles, and this is how it'll eventually look. Apparently, you have the ability to freeze time and even teleport. on its way to every single platform out there, no longer in 2023, but on April 23rd next year. Here's the most anticipated pixel art style turn-based tactics semi-open world RPG in the making, the one and only Eiyuden Chronicles 100 Heroes. If you missed out on the update, we did actually get a new trailer for it just now, reconfirmation that the game has actually met all of its Kickstarter goals and in really, really good shape.
一人二人とかケチなこと言わずに国の一つ二つぐらい助けてみなさいよ。なんだかノアが頑張るなら私も頑張れるって思えるもの。我々軍人の最大の願いは働かないで済むことですから。
帝国を脅かす諸国連合の一角だ。小国といえど見過ごすことはできない。
このまま降参する、それも悪くない手だとは思いますよ。
抑えろメリサ、命を賭けの代金にするもんじゃない。
私の居場所をあんな連中に怪我させるもんか。お前は無理に変わらなくていい。ただお前らしくあればそれでいいさ。
絶対にここを守る。みんなのためにも故郷のためにも。